Hello, today we'll be talking about degrees, minutes, and seconds. All right, so there is another way to state the size of an angle, one that subdivides a degree using a system different than the decimal number example given. I forgot to include the above. The degree is divided into 60 parts called minutes. These minutes are further divided into 60 parts called seconds. The words minutes and seconds used in this context have no immediate connection to how those words are usually used as amounts of time. So this does not deal with actual time. All right, so in a full circle there are 360 degrees. Each degree is split into 60 parts, each part being 1/60th of a degree. These parts are called minutes. Each minute is split up into 60 parts, each part being 1/60th of a minute. These parts are called seconds. The size of an angle could be stated this way: 40 degrees, 20 minutes, 50 seconds. The symbol for degrees is the little circles that we are familiar with. The symbol for minute is just the one quotation, and the symbol for seconds is the two quotation. So the angle 40 degrees, 20 minutes, 50 seconds is usually written as 40 degrees, 20 minutes, 50 seconds. How could you state the previous as an angle using common decimal notation? Well, the way to go back would be to multiply each of the decimal part by that 60 degree that we were speaking of. So that is, we have 44 degrees, so we leave that alone. We have 20 minutes, so that's 1/60th of a degree. And we have 50 seconds, which is each 1/60th of 1/60th of a degree, because it's in seconds, right? Or another way to think about this is 1 times 1/60 divided by 1/60 is 1/3,600. And if we work it out, we get the following. All right, so if we're going the other way, suppose we start off with 40.3472 degrees. Well, first we know there's definitely 44 degrees, so we don't have to really do anything with the 40. That leaves us to 0.3472. So how many minutes is 0.3472 degrees? Well, how many times can 1/60th go into 0.374? We're going to do 60 times 0.374 to find out, and we get 20.832. So there are 20 complete minutes with 0.832 minutes remaining. So that's our decimal part that's remaining. So we're going to take that, and how many seconds that we get, we're going to multiply that by 60, and we get 49.92, which is almost 50. We rounded up to 50 because we only deal in minutes and seconds. So we figured out that 40.3472 degrees is almost exactly equal to 40 degrees, 20 minutes, and 50 seconds. And notice that this is different from the one before, because the one before had an ellipses at the end, and so that means it keeps going. All right, so now let's try some together. So we have 259.0225 degrees. Well, I know that these are full degrees, 259. So I'm going to take my decimal, 0.0225, and I'm going to multiply that by 60 to find out my minutes, right? And I get 1.35. So that means I have that 1 minute there. Well, I still have this decimal part, so I'm going to take that and multiply times 60 again to get the seconds. And I get 21. So if I rewrote this, it would be 259 degrees, 1 minute, 21 seconds. Let's try one more. All right, we have 107.9675 degrees. So again, we know that we have 107 full degrees. I can leave that. I'm going to take the 9675 and multiply by 60 to find out my minutes. And I get 58.05. So I have 58 full minutes. Now I'm going to take my 0.05, multiply that by 60, and we all know what that is. To get our seconds, we get 3. So we write this as 107 degrees, 58 minutes, 3 seconds. Now let's go the other way. Again, just like we did before, we know we have 9 full degrees. The second part would be 30 times 1/60th for our minute plus 45 times 1/60th of a minute times 1/60th of a second. And I'll add those together. I'm going to put that in my calculator. But if you do it, this one actually came out nice and neat. It was 0.5 plus 0.0125. And so it will be 9.5125 degrees. The next one again, those are my full degrees. I don't have to do anything with that. But I have 17 times 1/60th for my minute. And I have 42 times 1/60th minute, 1/60th seconds. And this time it wasn't pretty, so I had to use my calculator and add those together. And I got 0.295, which is 271.295 degrees. And I hope this helps.